just gonna use the other footage and like cut it and.
All right. By show of hands, how many of y'all understand what you're buying when you go to buy a computer? Okay. After today, you'll know. Some things to look at when you're buying a computer are your processor, your RAM, and your hard drive. Those are at least the main three components. Your processor, also known as a CPU, is the brain of the whole computer. It controls every function in it. You want at least an Intel i5 or better. That's just a brand of processor. It controls how fast the computer will run and dictates what you can do on the computer. If you got a low-grade processor, you're not going to be able to run a lot of things, especially if you're into gaming. Random access memory, or RAM, is your multitasking capabilities. The less you have, the less you can do. Your average computer system takes at least 2 gigs of RAM just to run, so you want about 8 gigs or better. If you have anything less than 8, you're not going to have a very fun time because it's going to be very slow. Every time you open up something else, more RAM is taken. You have two different types of hard drives. You have a hard disk drive, also known as mechanical, then you have a solid state drive. Mechanical drives have a spinning disk that rotate with a needle tracking across it, and that's how it works. Kind of like a record player, which makes it vulnerable to vibrations just like a record player. Vibrations go through it, disc is going to bounce against the needle, scratch it, and you got to replace it. Solid state drives have no moving parts, so by default they are faster and more durable. They also have shorter boot times. You'll go from a matter of minutes to seconds, typically about 10 seconds flat. Other features to look for, what is the case made out of? Is it aluminum, plastic, a mixture? What ports do you need to have on the unit? Do you need HDMI, VGA, DVI, USB? Is the physical size too big, too small? Is it portable friendly? Do you travel a lot? Is it touchscreen and do you want touchscreen? Is it a 2-in-1 and do you need that feature? And what operating system does it have? If you travel a lot, you probably want something small like this iPad and can easily flip around for tablet functions. Touchscreen is also nice because you can set it on your lap and play games or view videos and look at pictures. You have two main operating systems these days, Windows or Mac OS. If you're not familiar with operating systems, Windows would be like XP, Vista, 7, or 10. Approximately 80% of the world uses a Windows-based unit, which makes them more prone to catching viruses and being hacked. Mac OS would be something like Sierra, El Capitan, or Mojave. Approximately 10% of the world uses these, which makes them much safer, less likely to contract a virus or be hacked. Another thing to think about when buying a computer is the ecosystem you have at home. For example, if you already have iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, etc., you have an Apple ecosystem in that sense. Staying within the same ecosystem allows for a more fluid experience. You can start a project on one thing, pick it up on your computer, then jump to your phone, and it'll always be there. It's 100% compatible. And you get to use the same user account across all devices, so everything stays synced up. Accessories you might look at when purchasing a computer would be like a mouse, computer bag, screen cleaner if it's touchscreen, some sort of external media to back up your stuff like a flash drive or external hard drive, or software such as Microsoft Office, antiviruses, even some video games to play. Cut it.